to really have trust. I know Polight, he with the black woman is God and all this stuff, but when you live in these big cities like Miami, LA, you learn that these Bibles will set your ass up. You know what I'm saying? Have your ass up in jail taking funny ass mugshots. I'm trying to tell you. So, and that's what happened. I can't say that's what happened in this case because I can't say if the nigga did it or not. You know what I'm saying? But until I hear his side, whether it's through his lawyers or through the court or whatever, I'm not going to form no opinion. I think that's like the goofiest thing you could do is form an opinion off of what a Bible say. And a 14-year-old girl is talking for her mama. You know what I'm saying? That's how I feel about it. So, and the reason why I feel that way is because it happened to me. It happened to me. You know what I'm saying? Except for I wasn't Polight. I was the dad, and my daughter at the time was 16 years old. You know what I'm saying? So, I know y'all like, oh man, you lying. That didn't happen to you. Okay. Okay, let me see. Let me show you. I don't want you guys thinking, oh, I'm making this shit up. He making it up, man. I don't know why I kept these papers, but for some reason I kept them. I don't want you guys to see names and all that stuff. So I'm going to try to cover up names, but let me see. I got to try to turn the camera around. Hold on, y'all. Hold on. Hold it. I don't know why I can't turn this camera around. Anyway, this right here say, yeah, I see that? Huh? Do you see it? Can you see it? You see that? Superior Court of California. Edition, and it was a whole hearing. You see what I'm saying? This is the people. This is the birthday. That's my daughter. You see what I'm saying? And now, for everybody who say, oh man, this nigga went to jail. He was scary up in here. Big Buster. What he was up in there for? Nothing. Oh, hell no. Hell no. This nigga, he don't know nothing about that. He don't know nothing about that. Huh? I'm telling you, growing up in LA is something else. You had to do certain things you wish you didn't have to do. You had to go sit in places you wish you didn't have to go sit at. So when this happened with my daughter at 16, I had to, because I was trying to go get her, I had to do a live scan and turn it into the court. So this is what they found in my background. You see that? You see that? And anybody that know, whenever you have any issues with kids, they always want to know what's going on with the parents. So they want to see what type of person is you. You know what I'm saying? So let's get into it. What ended up happening at this time, I was a truck driver. I just started trucking. I was raising my daughter. I was a single father, and to drive a truck, I went with Swift, and Swift was training me. So they was like, "Hey, you got to be gone for 6 weeks." You got to be gone for 6 weeks, yada, yada, and I'm like, okay. So I went to my daughter. I say, well, you want to stay with your nana, which is my mom, or do you want to go stay with your mom? And she's like, this was like 2005. So she was like, my mom, seeing that she never really got to see her. She never really seen her mom. She never really got to spend time with her mom. The only time she got to spend time with her mom was when I would force her mom to spend time with her. Like, hey, do your daughter hair. I can't do, like, I didn't know how to comb hair. You know what I'm saying? Like, my daughter used to go to school with her goddamn hoodie on because she didn't like the Afro puffs I gave her. She didn't like the one ponytail I put her hair in. So I would always have to go beg her mom to do her daughter hair. It was crazy, you know. And then I started getting help from my sisters, and so that kind of saved me. But when me and my family started falling out, I ended up having to go stay with girls. That's a whole different part. And the whole, man, I got so many stories. Let me stick to the subject at hand. These Bibles. So my daughter is 16, so that's how she ended up with her mom. Is I had to go do this training with Swift, you know. So when I got off the truck, she ended up telling me that she wasn't giving her back. Like, what? I had her since she was 6. You ain't even been in her life. She was like, nah, I ain't giving her back. You finna have to. And she called the police on me. Well, since I never took her mom to court to say, hey, you know, I'm taking full custody of her, this, that, and the third, the police said, no, you got to leave. So if you don't ever take your spouse to court, they tell you to leave. So this is why everything happened. So she ended up having a baby or 2 with this other dude. My daughter stayed there. My daughter stayed with this other dude. Now at the time, I'm flatbedding. I already quit Swift, did my training. This is like a year or 2 later. I'm flatbedding because she went to stay with her mom like around 12 or 13. So 3 years later, I'm working for Systems out of Spokane, Washington. And I'm like in Chicago or Gary, Indiana. I'm over at Sam's house. Everybody that know me knows Sam. You know what I'm saying? He was the person that kept me on my head, kept my head on straight throughout growing up. I didn't have nobody else there to tell me nothing, right from wrong. I had to make all these crazy life decisions by myself, basically. So I'm not blaming it on nobody. I'm not saying nobody is the cause of anything. I'm just saying that's how most young men have to grow up. They have to grow up making their own decisions with nobody but rap music to tell them what to do. And so, you know, I end up being lucky and bumping into Sam. You know what I'm saying? He one of the reasons why I stopped going to jail, you know, because at one point in my life I was just gonna say, fuck it, you know. If that's jail, what it is what it is, you know. That's where I'm going. Because everything I was trying to do wasn't working, and I kept ending up going back there. So, you know, and when every time you go to jail and get out, you have to start all over. You have to build from the ground. So every time I built and went to jail, I got out, I had to start from ground zero. Build it up, go to jail, get out, start from ground zero. And then every time you start from ground zero, everybody would tell me, oh, well, you got to wait 7 to 9 years to do anything. So now I'm cleaning toilets and scrubbing, you know, and cutting grass. You know, learned to speak a lot of Spanish during these days. Learned how, you know, because you pretty much got to move. Well, during that time, I had to move like a Mexican because shoot, that was the way in LA to get some money. Shoot, let me tell you something. I'm not saying you got to be their friend, but people that know how to get money in LA is the Mexicans. They get money. So I always noticed that, and I pattern myself after how they move, because they move to get money. Whatever it took, they got it. And so that's what I was looking at. Like, I didn't have nobody to tell me nothing, so I had to go outside, use nature, and look at people and see how they moved. And I noticed how the Mexicans was moving, because that's when they was really getting poured into LA. And I noticed how they was moving. They really came in with nothing. And I seen how they started getting everything and everything they wanted. So I said, you know what? At the time, I didn't have the knowledge. I didn't know that the government was helping. I thought that they was just doing this shit on their own, you know, just hard workers like they portray. You know, but as I grew, as I got older, I seen that they just regular people just like us. Give them the opportunity to steal, they will. Give them the opportunity to do anything wrong, they will. They regular people, you know. So, but they know how to get money. So that's what I was on, you know, getting money. I had, like I told y'all, 17, single dad. I mean, you know, at the time, no, I didn't become a single dad till I was maybe 21, 22, and I don't know. It's something about having somebody that depend on you that you just, you know, for a dude, you just go all out. Like, I was going all out, doing everything I could but go to jail. Because remember, I have to be here tomorrow. So when you're a single dad and you got somebody, you don't not give a fuck. Like most young niggas got to live a not give a fuck lifestyle. I don't give a fuck about nothing. I don't give a fuck. Well, I had a daughter, so I had to give a fuck. You know, I had to be here tomorrow and the next day and the next day. Anytime I went to jail, I knew she was suffering, you know, and so even when I was out of jail, she had to suffer. You know, my daughter, I really feel bad because all the stuff she went through, you know, because we had her so young, both of us were so young. She went through a whole bunch of unnecessary stuff, but we were so young, we didn't know what we was doing. And that's just a simple fact. We didn't know what we was doing. But back to this case. So I'm up in Gary, Indiana, at Sam's house. Sam goes, "Oh, I get a phone call." And my daughter, she's crying. She's telling me she just had a fight with her mom. "I just had a fight with my mom, and the police is taking me to the police station, and nobody to come and get me." So I called my mom. Now, this is the sad part. I called my mom. My mom tell me that she can't go get her from the police station because she was on probation at the time for doing some silly stuff. And so she was like, "No, I can't come. I can't go get her." Called my dad. My dad said, "Nope, I'm not getting involved." Now, it's a story behind this. And I probably don't get to it tonight because I just want to stay on this Polight thing. But it was a whole bunch of sabotations going on. It was a whole bunch of hating ass people was mad that I was making money, doing things that everybody else wished they could do at the age I was. You know what I'm saying? So I was like 27, 28 at that time, you know, when this thing happened with my daughter. And so, hold on. And so what ended up happening is she telling me that her mom was finna leave her at home. And, you know, I'm asking her, "Well, what happened? Why are you fighting your mom?" Like, she had a whole fist fight with her mom. This is what was told to me. I don't know if it really happened because what happened afterwards was some whole bunch of bullshit. Like, I pretty much left the job I had. They was finna give me a truck. Lost everything. I had to go work at I got making $9 an hour when I was just making 2 G's a week driving trucks. You know what I'm saying? So I had to drop all my 2 G's a week to go back to working a $9 an hour job so I can make sure my daughter was okay. You know what I'm saying? Because, you know, you're going to do whatever you can do for your kids, you know. And at this time, some dude, quote unquote, remember, Bibles, some dude, quote unquote, was trying to sexually harass my daughter. And she was telling me about how he was coming in the bathroom while she would be in the shower and all this little weird stuff. So, you know, I'm up in Gary, hot. It's like cold as December, snow on the ground. I'm walking outside with no jacket, like, oh, I got to get home. So anyways, I ended up calling my company. I left my truck there because couldn't nobody go get her, and I needed to be back in LA by Monday, or they was gonna give her to social services. And then they gave her to social services anyway, but they was gonna give her to social services. You know what I'm saying? And so I get back out here. The whole, you know, I never got the, you know, I'm young at the time, so I'm trying to go all in. Oh, no, I'm about to kill this nigga and this, that, and the third. You know what the fuck? You know, what a dad would do. Somebody messing with their daughter. I'm going on. Oh no, I'm about to kill him. So I'm just giving y'all the basics of the story that happened then. It's a whole bunch of behind the scenes stuff going on that I didn't know was going on at the time, you know. But if y'all listen to the story, just know it's a whole bunch of behind the scenes stuff going on. So I think I talked to my sister Marlisha, and she telling me, "Oh no, don't go over there and mess with him. He on parole or probation, and I'm just gonna get in contact with his parole officer and let him know that he's over here messing with your daughter and all this stuff." And I was like, "Nah, I'm about to go fuck this nigga up." So I asked my daughter, where do they stay? I go get my brother. We rode all the way to his house. When I get there, like we was like coming from the west side of LA. Inglewood side, and we had to go way to Southgate. So anybody know, that's a ways. And plus, I've been truck driving. Holding your piss was hard at the time, so I had to pee. So by the time we get there, I had to pee. I'm like, hold on, bro. I'm finna go in the bathroom. They stay right across the street from a public park. So I was like, in Southgate. So I was like, hold on, bro. I'm finna run to the bathroom. I run to the bathroom. So by the time I get out, this nigga done went over there. Now, this the weird shit that happened. Went over there. By the time I'm coming out the bathroom, he come running from behind the apartment building. Like, bro, he got a shotgun. Come on, let's go. And I'm standing there like, he got a shotgun. Well, what happened? I just went to the bathroom. Come on, let's go, bro. He got a shotgun. He running back across the street to the car. I'm like, shit, okay. So the dude come running from the back. I didn't even look and see if he had nothing. At the time, I trust my brother. You know what I'm saying? Not knowing all this behind story that's going on. So I go get in the car. I ask him, like, what happened? He like, oh, man, I go back there. I sock him. The nigga run to his car, get a shotgun. I come running. I seen you coming. I told you, come on, let's go. 'Cause, I just had to go pee. All this happened while I went to go pee. Like I said, it's a whole nother story to this. But I'm sticking to Polight. So, you know what I'm saying? And Bibles. And so at the end, we were supposed to go to court and all this stuff because he was on probation and they was going to violate his probation. So on the day of the court hearing, my daughter goes, I want to go to my mom's house. Well, on the weekend of the court hearing, like the court hearing was on Monday, I had to go to work and stuff. And I was living with a girl who said a baby was mine that wasn't. And she was like, well, I want to go over to my mom's house this weekend. And I was like, all right, go to your mom's house, and I'll see you on Monday. It's the court date. We got to go, you know what I'm saying, let them know what happened to you. She's like, oh, okay. So anyways, the court date rolls around, and guess who's not nowhere to be found? My daughter. Now, if this nigga is doing all this shit to you, wouldn't you think you'll be somewhere to be found? So I'm calling her. She not answering. Calling her. All morning I'm calling her. She not answering. I go over to their house. She not there. I'm calling her. She not answering. So then finally, she answered the phone. I goes off. Why you not answering the phone? Where are you? She was like, I'm on a bus to the social service building to get food stamps and stuff. She had just had a daughter at the time. Or I don't know if she was pregnant. I don't know what happened, but oh no, she was just going with her auntie to go to the food stamp place to go get on food stamps, and I was like, well, why would you be doing that? We supposed to be going to court today. There's a whole court hearing, and then the mom, she got subpoenaed and she fucked around and didn't show up. And then when they asked her why she didn't, she was like, she didn't get no subpoena. Now everybody know the court date, but everybody's making excuses not to be there, including my daughter, the mom. So you would think that if the boyfriend is trying to sexually harass your daughter, you would be there. At the time, I didn't know that these Bibles make all these stories up. These Bibles make all these stories up when they mad. So me and her mom had an issue when we fell out, and she probably was mad about what I did. And I move on strong. Like whenever I leave, I be hurt that relationships are over, but I bounce back. I mean, you know what I'm saying? I go do my thing, whatever, And so I don't know what happened. I can't go into that now because a whole bunch of illegal activities was going on at the time. Remember, I'm young in LA, so I don't know what's legal and all that stuff. So we're gonna keep all that stuff off the internet. And So to make a long story short, nobody. So I end up having to go get my daughter from the county building, racing her over to this court hearing. So by the time we get there, she crying, bawling her whole face. She light skinned, so her whole face red. You know, she looked like a baby doll, seriously. So at 16, her damn at 16, you know, when we get there, the social worker's there. So she like, why is you crying? I was like, I had to go get her, and you know, she making all sad faces. Her face is pink and orange and green. So the social worker took her to the side, just took her away from me, and they went over there and talked in private. And then she came back and told me, well, this is really hard for your daughter. She really don't want to do this. So somebody was trying to molest you. You had a whole fight with your mom, fist fight with your mom, had to go sit in jail, but you don't want to do this? Now, mind you, I lost my job. I'm back up in LA trying to figure out what to do now. Because I'm thinking I'm a dad and my daughter needs my help. At the time, I didn't know that these Bibles will try to ruin your life. They will try to ruin your life. They will try to kill you. They will set you up. You know, and dudes for some reason don't understand that they be with Bibles. So I don't know how it is in the smaller cities, but in any of your big cities, you got Bibles. Like, they want to be down. You know what I'm saying? They want to be down with the thugs. They want to do everything the thugs is doing. And if setting your ass up gonna help them be a thug, then that's what they gonna do. Set your ass up. So you got to be careful with these Bibles. And this shit really happened. Now I'm not polite in this story. I'm the dad. So I'm coming from the dad's point of view. I'm the one who dropped everything, lost everything to come back and help my daughter that's saying she's being, somebody is trying to sexually harass her mom boyfriend in the house. But when it came down to it, nobody wanted to press charges on the nigga. Nobody wanted to do nothing. I had to go search and find my daughter to even get her to go to the damn trial. She's 16. You know. Now, in hindsight, I realize it's a whole backstory to this, you know, in hindsight. But at the time, I'm just thinking, God damn, what the fuck is going on? You know, I kept asking, like, if what you saying is true, then come press charges on it. What is you doing? I don't want to do it. Light skinned ass, red in the motherfucker, you know. And so, I'm just saying, you know, this Bible situation, don't ever think that these ladies can't get so mad at a nigga that they won't use their daughters to set you up. Don't ever think that it ain't another nigga in the Bible's ear trying to set you up. And see, that's what people ain't looking at. It could be a whole nother nigga in this case that's trying to get at Polight through this lady. And this lady is using her daughter. It's so many possibilities, y'all. For you guys to be throwing out niggas on Bibles. I understand, like I said at the beginning of this, if that kid was 6, 7, 8, or 9, and they was giving this story, the same story, I would have to go with the kid, because how is the kid gonna remember all that stuff? You know what I'm saying? But at 14, your mama can tell you exactly what to say. Y'all stop playing. If y'all don't stop playing with me, like I said, okay, go look the fucking shit up. I've been through it. I've been through it already. I've been through it. I was the dad. I was the dad. These ladies work with niggas to set up niggas. These ladies can get pissed off at you and set you up. These ladies will use their daughters to set you up. So everybody calm your ass down. Buddy, stop. Stop. Everybody calm down. Wait for Polite side of the story. Stop just going and believing what Bibles are saying. You cannot trust these Bibles. You can't. And I know y'all, it's some real stand-up ass women out here, some real stand-up ass black women. And y'all want to ride for these women. You know, y'all want to ride for the Bibles. Y'all want to stand by their side. But y'all don't know these Bibles. It's a whole bunch of different stuff that could be going on without you guys knowing. You know what I'm saying? So that's all I really wanted to say tonight on this whole thing. You know what I mean? Everybody thumb up the video. You know what I'm saying? Subscribe so y'all can get every time I upload these videos, man. And you know, I just be saying stuff that be piercing my heart, man. Because I'm seeing stuff, I guess because I'm older now, you know, I'm seeing stuff I've been through. And like I showed you, I got whole receipts. Man, the fucking the DPSF worker name was Lori Chung. And if that motherfucker didn't, at the end of this, I swear, not even a month later, they came and took my daughter from me and gave her back to her mom.